All right, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Freezin NFC North Podcast, episode 129, March Madness, best division defense and offensive units, plus still free agent signings, all of that stuff. And we will be joined by obviously Seventh Letter soon and Skullman as well. Welcome. I am NFLOutdated, and you can find me on Twitter X, NFLOutdated, and on YouTube, NFLOutdated. And also you can find us on the Freezin #4 pod on TikTok. And welcoming in, you've been a frequent guest, Lane. Welcome in, and where can everyone find you?
Yeah, so I'm at L Hankins 4, HENKINS. I don't know if you can see the name that I put in here somewhere, but that's Twitter, X, TikTok as well. You can see some of my former NFL travel videos on there.
Very good. Yes, definitely. You have a lot of great experience, and we're talking about the pictures in your back. You kind of see it's a little bit dark, but you were on the sideline for some really important moments there.
Yeah, it's better than the setup I had last time. So, like I was telling you before we started here, on my right side here, we got Christian Watson when he had the end around and he dove into the end zone against the Bears. Aaron Rodgers is blocking me, but I was standing right here for that. And then this picture, I'm standing next to the guy who took the picture. And then on my left side here, Thursday Night Football against the Cardinals a couple years ago, Rasul Douglas with the game-winning pick, and he ran right to me on the sideline. That's me with the camera right here.
Hey, capturing some good moments. Obviously, hopefully for the Bears fan, all your good moments are behind you. One person who is always ahead of the rest of us, and recently, Seventh Letter, where can everyone find you as we get started?
Seventh Letter 4 on Twitter, X, same OG on Instagram and Facebook. What's up, fellas?
Hey, it's March Madness. Everyone's doing brackets and all that stuff. I'm actually going to one of the 4 of the games in Milwaukee on Friday. It's going to be crazy. So we're kind of getting that on the brain and just thinking about March Madness stuff. So we're going to do some best division defensive and offensive unit breakdowns, and we'll kind of talk about how that's going to go. Plus, we'll talk a little bit more about all the free agent signings and anything that we have there as well. Welcome in, Dre. Where can everyone find you?
You can find me on X, Facebook, and Blue Sky. It's at Skullman Sports.
Very good. Welcome in, and definitely like and subscribe. And hey, the Vikings are starting to make some signings, starting to kind of get a little bit of momentum. Not as much as momentum as my Bears have, as we all discussed last week. Hey,
they had a lot of catching up to do.
And I think this is the one thing too that everybody needs to know. Lambeau is Caleb's crib. Look, Lambeau is also Jetta's crib. Look at that. Hey, Dre came to play. I like it. So, what I want to do, obviously, we'll talk about some of the best division defenses and offenses. But as we kind of go through the free agent signings lately, are there any notes that anybody kind of has really popped out? We have some offensive, some wide receivers being signed. Obviously, possibly inconsequential, but some good ones. Vikings had one today, I believe. Right, Dre?
Today, they just basically today is that they basically just said, yeah, we're not interested in Rodgers. Pretty much, that's all. That's the only thing I saw, unless like something happened in the past hour.
I thought they got Rondale Moore as well.
Did they? I didn't even see that one.
I saw that one. Yes, because I know that he was going to be possibly with the Bears.
I know he did visit. I didn't know he signed, but you are right. Yes, he did. I missed that.
So obviously another good signing there, and you think of overall, once again, I think the Lions are still kind of crickets, I believe, right?
Because we've been beating the shit out of y'all for 3 years in a row. So.
All right.
We're pretty much worried about too much, man. We build our team through the draft, as you should.
And that's coming up. Lane, any notes?
We got your man Okuda, though. We got your man Okuda.
man. He's gonna be getting cooked left and right. He probably get cut. He wasn't nothing but barbecue chicken as a quarterback in his NFL, man. Ohio State.
Lane, any notes that
y'all took him third overall, so I don't think that's a problem. When like
man,
the last third overall that we did like last season, I mean, he got paid a good amount for Seattle. So just saying.
Sam Darnold.
I mean, so the last third overall like free agent that we picked up.
Jeff Okudah is well, you know what? I'm sorry, because Jeff Okudah is a real good kid. I mean, I don't want to be like. You know how I treat Hawkinson and him like I don't like they're not bad players. Don't and they're not bad guys. I think that they're both serviceable. TJ Hawkinson was just soft. That's all. That's why he had to go. Jeff Okudah popped his Achilles his second year. So he's never really been the same after that. He doesn't have the speed. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of what you need at corner. You know what I'm saying? He had promise, but Patricia messed him up.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
Lane, any Packer notes from free agency? I think they've signed a couple players that we talked about a little bit last week. Any notes that you had?
Well, we have our kicker post Mason Crosby finally. They extended McManus for 3 years, so that's good for them. Otherwise, their free agency has been very quiet. But they signed a receiver, Mecole Hardman, who they'll cut halfway through the season, and he'll go to re-sign with Kansas City again.
You got your guy. Down
in the Super Bowl. It's my bad.
Well, let's obviously, all these kind of like mid-level like free agent signings. It's hard to really kind of see how that it all kind of shakes out with that beyond the first wave. So what I wanted to do is talk about some of the best offensive and defensive units in the division. And so how it's going to work, I'll talk about each offensive unit, and then we'll vote to which is the top offensive unit in the division. If it's your team, you are not allowed to vote in that one. How about that?
All right. That's fine.
All right. So let's go ahead and start with you, seventh letter. All right. So we're going with the offense here. Tell me about the Detroit offense, the top players. I got them listed here, and maybe there are a few other ones, but I threw right here. You got Jared Goff, Jahmyr Gibbs, Amon-Ra, St. Brown, Sam Laporta, Penei Sewell. Give us the case why the Lions are the best offense in the division here.
I just think we got the best O-line. So the fact we got that O-line is kind of, we can kind of do anything we want. You know what I'm saying? We beat teams different ways. If you look at all of our games this season, every win was different. You know what I'm saying? The first time we played the Bears, it was close. They couldn't really stop us. Well, no, it was the same. We beat the shit out of y'all really both games, but we let y'all back in the first one. Against the Vikings, it was a kind of a shootout, but we were able to run the ball whenever we wanted against them. Against the Packers, the first game, I guess like we just kind of just out-toughed them in their own stadium, in their own bad weather, and then the second game was kind of like a little closer. But we beat teams. We can blow teams out. We can win close games. We can pass. We can run. The Vikings can't really run. They just pass. The Packers kind of play down and up to their competition. You know what I'm saying? It was kind of opposite this year. Like the good teams, y'all didn't beat. The bad teams, y'all beat. You know what I'm saying? Usually it's opposite with the Packers. The Packers play down to their competition and play really good against the good teams. The Bears just paper. They just, you know what I mean?
You're coming out hot against the other teams. I get it, but how about that? Yeah, I mean, Lane.
I mean, you can't say that we don't like the Vikings clearly have like the most weapons. Well, the Vikings and the Bears clearly have the most weapons in the division. Weaponry, you know what I'm saying? But the Vikings, now they got a rookie quarterback. We don't know. They can have all the receivers in the world. We'll see how that works out. They got to get a different kind of running back that can kind of control the clock. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, they can't. I don't see Aaron Jones as a 20 carry back. Even really 15. I think you should use him more, in the passing game, and then let him gash you. But I don't know. You know what I mean? Well, I just think We just got the O-line, and we can beat people different ways. Everybody else is kind of like do what they do.
So yeah, I was gonna say you can control the line of scrimmage. That's part of it.
Yeah.
So Lane, are you? What are your thoughts on the Detroit Lions offense as a case for the best offense in the division?
I think they are the best offense in the division. The way I would rank it is Lions, Vikings, a gap, Packers, Bears. And the only reason I have the Bears at the bottom is just because they're unproven right now. They've made those signings that they need to, but we haven't seen it yet, so we don't know. Green Bay, we know they can be explosive one week or terrible the next week. The Lions right now have the best offense in the division because they have that established quarterback. They have receivers. They have a run game. Minnesota's close. We don't know what J.J. McCarthy is going to be this season, but they have Justin Jefferson, Addison, Hawkinson, Aaron Jones. They just traded for Trey Mason from the Niners, and they're rebuilding that offensive line. So they have potential. What's that?
I forgot about Trey Mason. I forgot about that.
So they have the potential to be the best offense in the division, but right now it is the Lions, then the Vikings.
I'm surprised you're putting a gap and you're lumping us in with the Packers. I like it. I like your style here.
Green Bay's just it, like
you can say it. Green Bay's mid. It's okay.
Well, they got lucky enough and played enough bad teams last year that they won games to make the playoffs. But playing the good teams, they didn't look good until fourth quarter when they decided to hurry up and try and score points.
Swear.
But that's just been their style lately, and I hate it because I know they have the talent and the ability to be good, but they're not doing it consistently, and they're not doing it when they need to do it against good teams.
So let's go ahead. I want to give you, Dre, a shot. So we moved a little bit to the Vikings. So make your case for the Vikings being the top offense of the division.
So obviously the first thing you got to go on is obviously Jefferson, like just that in itself, like there's not another receiver in the entire division that's like him. Like I give respect obviously to Amon St. Brown, but I do think that with a little bit of bias, admittedly, Jefferson is a better like overall receiver.
No argument here.
Okay.
No argument here. He's the truth. Best in business.
So, like, that goes without saying. And Addison, I think, is a great number 2. And going on, like, McCarthy, obviously, yeah, he's a little unproven at this point as being, like, an arguable rookie going into his first playing year. But you look back at, like, his championship year. Like, he had almost 3,000 yards, 72% completion, and all his receivers, his top 3 receivers got 680 yards each. So he's, like, spreading the ball around. And so, like, that's a good quarterback. Like you look at like in comparison to that's higher than both Sanders and Ward this year in the draft and also Darnold last year. Like when it comes to just like his average yards per attempt. And so I think like that's also higher, if I'm not mistaken, than Kirk's entire time in Minnesota. So I think like that's really like for a rookie, like that's a great like aspect to it. We're obviously improving our offensive line. I think obviously we got a lot from the Colts. Like they had like the second best offensive line, and we got two of them. I think I saw like an interview that basically as soon as Ryan Kelly got signed, he basically just like said, all right, he like legitimately like texted Fries and was like, yeah, you need to come here now. So I think that's obviously a lot of greatness. And I think like if look at the Jordan Mason sign, I think I did not expect that. I'm really happy about it because you look at how well he did. Like he had almost 800 yards in just 12 games last year. So that if he stays on pace the entire year, obviously with CMC doing what he's doing and he didn't get that injury, he's getting 1,000 yards. So arguably, if he plays the entire season, like that's basically we have 2 running backs now that are going to have like almost 1,000-yard seasons, and that's really good.
Ball. Tell your coach to run the ball. He don't run. He want to throw 40 times. Tell him to run it.
I mean, while I agree, I also think that when you have the best receiver in the game, you got to play to your strengths.
Hey, yeah, but you got that offensive line. I think 7 letters right. I think the big KOC needs to run the big ROC.
And the thing is that I do agree. Like, we do need to get running, and like one of my biggest, like I said last week, it's like one of my biggest things was we wanted like a downhill running back and like being like pushed through the line and stuff. Mason has those skills, and I think like he can do that. Like, he's shown like when he was playing in San Francisco that he has that technique. And you pair that with like a duo with obviously Jones, who's obviously more of a receiving back, but he's fast, he's quick, and everything. You pair those two, and again, on paper, I think like that has the the potential to be really great. I think the only thing that I'll say obviously about the Lions is that they have, if anything, shown on paper that they're good and then have produced as well. The thing is the Vikings have been more just on paper, and they've always kind of been missing the one thing. Our offensive line was kind of iffy last year. We had like the transition quarterback, all that. But like, again, we have like, as already mentioned, like we have the receiving weapons. You have obviously Jefferson, you have Addison. We lost our host, Hawkinson. And like, I mean, that's a dynamic receiving like aspect that any quarterback really, you just have to be relatively decent to just throw them the ball. Like, Jefferson has had 1,000-yard years in every season and not really a consistent quarterback outside of Kirk. Like, that's really it. And he's like, to be able to produce that even last year with our randomness of quarterbacks, Kirk, Dobbs, Mullins, like, and he still gets 1,000 yards. I mean, McCarthy doesn't have to be MVP level, but just like I said, like, or not to y'all, but like going into last year, one thing, Darnold just had to be decent enough. I would say the same thing about McCarthy. Like, he just has to be decent enough to be able to throw the people the ball. And if anything, he's a little bit more mobile, I would say, than Darnold is. So that adds a little bit. I'm excited for it to going into it, but I would say, yeah, the Lions are just, again, on paper and executed said on paper stats to it. And seeing obviously the Rondale Moore signing, that obviously, I mean, it's a good like wide receiver 3. That's kind of how he's always been. And I'm excited to see what he can do. He's very fast. So I do like that signing. So I mean, the free agency wise, I think the Vikings are top 2, if not number 1 in free agency so far this year.
They've been active for sure.
Yeah, not just in our division. I would say almost in the entire league.
My internet went down, came back, still hearing about the Vikings. You're really making me a Vikings believer. Last year I was like 2-3 wins, and but hey, I really do like that offensive line. I do like what the Vikings have done. And I think they can be a solid offense. Obviously, it'll be interesting to see. We talked about that. JJ McCarthy, what can he do? 32nd in draft. Oh, wait, does this mean 32nd in drafting? Are they predicting? Is Janzi predicting a Vikings Super Bowl win or not? That's confusing. But what's not confusing? 7th letter. You ready?
What?
Here's my case for the Bears with the best offense in the division. Look at these top offensive players. Caleb Williams paired with your guy, Ben Johnson. He already, in his rookie year, it was a down year. He still had one of the most passing yards the Bears quarterback had ever had. He's up there, right? You got DJ Moore. You got Rome Odunze. You got Cole Kmet. And what I like about Ben Johnson is his use of the tight end. Last year, we somehow forgot about Cole Kmet, so we got him. We got just completely revamped offensive line. And I think with everything that we've done that way, we are Caleb Williams is going to be a superstar. He's going to be someone that's going to take us to the next level. Now, I get it. We're not quite there. We're not quite as established as even what the Vikings and the Lions are at. But we're getting there. So let's go ahead and wait. I'll give you a chance here, Lane. Obviously, you said that the Packers were not quite there yet, but I'll give you a chance to talk about your offensive weapons. And note, I did put Jordan Love as a weapon number 1, so I'm conceding that he is he's a little bit above mid at this point.
Well, if I was trying to make an argument for why they're the best in the NFC North, which I've already said I don't believe they are, I think they're third right now. If I was going to say they were first, Jordan Love is a big arm quarterback. He can throw it downfield. He can make those tight throws. He has the mobility to get out of the pocket, run downfield if need be. The running back room, we lost A.J. Dillon. I don't think that's a big deal. 2 yards and falling over is okay to lose. Josh Jacobs. I know they're going to be most of the year probably without Christian Watson, but Romeo Doubs will be there, and he's proved already he's a good contested catch receiver. He'll go up and make a play. Jaden Reed is so fast and versatile. He can play all over the field. He can run it deep, run across the middle. For whatever reason, Matt LaFleur loves to just run him on jet sweeps. He needs to do that a little bit less. And then this year we should have a full, healthy tight end room of Tucker Kraft and Luke Musgrave. And Musgrave in his rookie year was a deep threat who couldn't stay on his feet most of the season after the catch, but he was getting downfield. And Tucker Kraft last year was just knocking people's heads off running downfield. So they have the ability to be a big-time explosive offense if they can figure it out. The offensive line seems to be piecing together. Right now, they currently have Rasheed Walker at left tackle. I think he could get bumped out by last year's first-round pick. I'm blanking on his name right now, Jordan something or other. And they signed Evan Banks for left guard. They're listing Elton Jenkins as center right now, and I don't know if that's what they're rolling with in going into the season or not. He has played center before and has done really well, but Zach Tom has also played center, who is currently at right tackle, so they might have a lot of shifting going around in training camp in the preseason to figure out who's going to play where on the offensive line. But they have the ability. Will they put it together? Will they stay healthy? That's the biggest questions for them.
Who do you think better, Tucker Kraft or Musgrave?
I think Tucker Kraft is the better overall tight end. Musgrave right now seems to be the better receiver because he can get downfield and make those overhead catches over the linebackers and box out safeties. But Tucker Kraft will block. He will knock your head off. He'll catch a pass, run downfield, and truck you on his way. So he has the better overall ability, but Luke Musgrave, I think, is the better receiver right now.
Even when y'all drafted him, I said, man, I know you got Musgrave earlier, but this Kraft looks crazy.
On the FCS.
So let's go ahead and vote for the top offensive, team or, unit in the division. So I'll start with you. We'll start with you, Dre.
So what's the rules? We're not allowed to pick our own at this point?
Yeah, you can't pick your own. So,
all right, if I'm not picking my own, then I'll say the Lions.
Lions, all right. 7th letter.
I'm gonna go the Vikings. Gotta be
all right. Lane.
Lions.
All right, I'm going Lions too. I'm going Lions. Yeah. I mean, just it just is, obviously I wanted to go Bears, but you got to go Lions. So Lions are, we have voted and the Vikings even got a pick here. So I'm surprised my Bears didn't get a pick next year, this time they will be there. So, all right. So the Lions next year, it's going to be very different. So when we go with, all right, Lions easy. Thanks, Joseph. Division above average in offense. Really, when you look at it, I think so. The Lions took that step. There's a lot of potential in all of the teams offensively.
Except in playoff games.
It's going to change. We're gonna speak that into existence. The Super Bowl, or maybe we shouldn't even talk about it because then it won't happen, right? Because everything depends on us, right? The Super Bowl. You're going to Super Bowl? The Lions are going to Super Bowl?
You know what I'm thinking about? The whole week before my
Mhm.
game, I thought about when the Denver Broncos was 14-2 and lost in the playoffs to the Jaguars, and they won the Super Bowl the next year. I thought about that the whole time. Like, I swear to God, I did. So that's what's going to happen. We're going to win the Super Bowl next year. That's all.
Well, so this Rep Trev, shout out to him. Glad to have him chiming in here. So which division is better in all of football, NFC North or NFC East?
None of us traded away a player like Saquon or gave away a player like Saquon. So I'm going to say that we're all better than the NFC.
Oh, you know why? Yeah. I would say the NFC North because the Giants ass. They literally only got one player. One player, and he was a rookie last year. That's it. The Giants are. Yes.
Offense 32nd. I mean, yeah, you got the Eagles and the Commanders, and really,
and the Cowboys. Cowboys got an offense sometimes.
Sometimes the Cowboys are a mess. I think with the NFC North, all four teams have a shot to do something. The one thing that's going to be tough for us in the division this year is our schedule, right? I think that's Giants are not bad. Of course they are. The Giants are not good.
Their record and draft position says otherwise.
Mike. Yo, I live in New Jersey. Yo, Mike. Come on, Mike. Mike.
Giants are awful. The Bears won only 5 games. Just saying, hey, we won 5 games with the worst coach in football.
On earth.
Hey, on earth? Yes. All right,
Probably
Cowboys.
He's a terrible dad, too, probably.
The Giants signed Daniel Jones to a massive contract to let Saquon leave. Saquon gets a championship. Daniel Jones goes to the Vikings for half of a season on their practice squad and is now what? I think the Colts, right? I think.
Yes.
Yeah. No.
And he mercifully. Mercifully. If that was Adrian Peterson, he was playing that last game against the Giants and getting 5,000 yards with the Giants. I'm telling you. This is another reason why they should have kept him.
I love this.
All right, I won't play.
I can't tell if this is humor or what, but nice young talent, defense is underrated. The Giants are QB away from being a 500 team and a coach away from the playoffs. That's pretty far from being pretty far away.
They don't have a quarterback. They don't have an O-line. They only got one receiver. And if you talk about Rondell Robinson, you bugging because he all right, but he's like the 5th receiver on everybody's football team that's on this show.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The running back room, Tracy's all right. He's all right. But you let Saquon Barkley walk. You know what I'm saying? What does I live in New Jersey mean? I see the Giants and Jets. I watch. That's the games That's the games I'm fucking cursed to watch for the last 45 years of my life. Them's the only games I see.
Before we move on to the on that note, before we move on to the defenses, let's just go ahead and speaking of New Jersey and the other team, let's just kind of make an aside here, an ode to former Bears great Justin Fields, who was recently signed for the Jets. And when I look at him for the Bears, you're one of my heroes, Justin. And I it was sad to see you go. It was a sad day to see you leave for Pittsburgh. They didn't really give you a full shot. Russell was there and everything. I think you're the piece. You're the quarterback away that the Jets need to go to the playoffs. I think the Jets and Justin Fields are going to the playoffs in 2025. I'm saying it here. I'm saying it loud. The Jets are going to be turned around because of Justin Fields.
And now, what if Aaron Glenn does what Dan Campbell did with Jared Goff?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That would be amazing. I would be so happy for Justin Fields. But Justin Fields is such a hero, he had to change his number again. He's number 7 now, okay?
That is the lowest bar that I've ever seen. Fields is going to play better than Aaron Rodgers did. If he plays 2 seasons there, he'll be better than Aaron Rodgers.
Watching Aaron Rodgers last year, I don't like him at all. Like, I can't stand him. But like to watch, because I'm 45 and I play basketball still sometimes. And sometimes somebody garbage scores on me. And I'm like, and I just could remember, like, you wouldn't even be able to move. If 15 years, even 50, at age 30, you wouldn't even be able to move.
I think
and I watch Aaron Rodgers try to escape the pocket, and I just be like, he keep trying to escape the pocket. He don't have the wheels no more to do it.
Seventh letter, we're gonna have to do this, but I think I would score 20 on you.
20 what?
20 points. I'm 5'10". I think I would score 20 points on you.
Andy, I will bust your ass. Seriously.
I got the scoop. I've got the scoop, and I've got Justin Fields on my side. So
you got Justin Fields, okay. You can run from me, but
I got the fadeaway as well. No one.
All right. Andy, I will drive to your house to bust your ass and go to work tomorrow.
Let's do it. Let's plan on it. Well, speaking of busting asses, all right, the defense. Let's move on to the defenses in the division, and let's go ahead. I'm going to start with you, Dre. So obviously, the Vikings, have a fantastic defensive coordinator. So go ahead and, Dre, make your case for the Vikings having the top defensive unit in the division.
I mean, I would say it goes straight to that. Like, I think obviously having Flores, I think gives us a huge one-up on a lot of everyone here. Like, and then by that I mean more on obviously overall health, and we obviously improved in our interior defensive line. I think getting Hargrave obviously is a huge thing that can add obviously to our defense, and then I think Okudo, I don't know, we'll see what happens, but I think we're really trying to just improve on what we have. And there's rumors out there about other people that we may pick up in trades and whatnot, because cap space wise, we still have a lot left. So I think we have a lot there, but I mean, it goes back to the defensive coordinator. We had a bunch of randos coming into our defense last season, and then we were arguably the best defense in the league. And some of those are staying around. We're bringing back Harrison Smith, obviously older, future Hall of Famer in my opinion, if not y'all's, but definitely in mine. And I think we have a great opportunity to be the top defense, especially in the NFC North. The caveat is I do like the Lions defense. I do think they have some bit of things, but obviously that depends on the health. I think that's the biggest thing, is that if they're able to stay healthy, they could push for it. But I think schematically, the Vikings have a better overall, because they're able to work with a lot of different random people that aren't in the system for years. They're they're able to just play the system that they're in and play it well. And I think Flores does that well. My only issue is that maybe offense have figured it out, given now that defense has been on tape for this long. But I think my hope, if anything, is to say, maybe he'll come up with a new type of scheme and mix it up even more, and we'll see what happens. But that I think it goes back to having Flores, and again being in the system now. We've had him now for 3 straight years. I mean, that's, I think, more than any of the other coordinators. I don't remember how long the defensive coordinator for the Packers has been in there, but I would say at least obviously of the Lions, because they obviously lost theirs. So, and I would imagine the Bears, but I don't know offhand.
Yeah, we lost our defense coordinator, 2 or 3 times throughout the season. It was bad. So let's go ahead, Lane. I want to give you the floor here to make your case for the Packers having the top defensive unit in the division.
So to answer your question about how long their DC's been there, this will be Jeff Hafley's 2nd season.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Again, I don't think Green Bay has the best defense in the division, but to make their case, they have a nice mix of veterans and young guys. You've got your veterans of Kenny Clark, Rashawn Gary, Xavier McKinney now at safety. You're bringing in Nate Hobbs at corner to go opposite Jair. So defense could be revitalized. It's a matter of, can they get more pressure up front? Because they lost TJ Slayton in free agency. And I know he was more of a rotational player, but he was a high motor guy that liked to try his best to get into the backfield. So I think that's a spot that they have to look at in the draft. But they have potential. And much like their offense has potential, it's whether or not they can pull it together. Overall, I would give the Vikings a slight edge over the Lions for best defense in the division.
That is fair. All right. So when you talk about a lot of times when I talk, I on Twitter, there are a lot of fair weather Packer fans, and we've been blessed to have obviously RevTrev, who usually gives it pretty straight. But Lane, it's hard to troll you here. Usually, I like to troll Packer fans, but I mean, you're pretty honest here.
Nice. Yeah.
What's that?
He's too fucking nice.
He's too nice.
Like how football fans should be.
I know, and I'm
trying to be realistic. There's too many of them, like you said, are delusional. And every season they're like, "This is the year Super Bowl," and it's like, is it though? Because look what they're missing. Like early 2010, after they won the Super Bowl in 2010, and then 2011 they went undefeated. I would have told you they were going to win 5 Super Bowls over the next few years. But lately, it's like, you just got to be realistic. They might make the playoffs, but they're probably not going to go very far, and that's about it. You got to get used to being in that draft position of right around 20.
It's the Giants. The Giants is your kryptonite, man.
The Giants.
Yeah.
That goes back. I guess the Giants are pretty dominant
Niners.
here. So passionate religious Giants. That's seventh letter or Trev. Definitely that. But so pass rush, the pressure. Worried about that for the Packers. Brutal in some games. All right. So. Speaking of, all right, here we go. Right, it would be like picking the Bears every game last season. Oh, you got me here, Joseph. All right. On that note, here it's my turn. It's my turn to make the Bears case that we're better than anyone else in the division. So when we got Jalen Johnson, the number 1 rated cornerback, when you look at stats, that's Jalen Johnson's the guy. Quarterbacks don't throw at him. You got him, one of the top quarterbacks in the league. You got Montez Sweat. It was a Sweat effect, obviously, when he signed. Now we've got Grady Jarrett there, TJ Edwards, Jaquan Brisker. We've got a solid defense, and I think obviously up and coming. When you have a little bit more of the pass rush and everything, I think just overall it's going to help us out. Plus now. With our new defensive coordinator, I think that'll really solidify things as well. When you look at the Bears offense, I'm excited about that, but I'm excited for what the Bears defense is going to do as well. We've got some of the top players, and when you look at what they have been able to do the last couple of years, we're really growing, and adding Grady Jarrett is to that defense is huge. So 7th letter. I'll give you a chance now on the Lions as the best defensive unit in the division.
Yeah. Who you got? You got to change it. Aiden Hutchinson, Brent. Damn, you ain't got no Kirby Joseph up there. Kirby Joseph.
You only had 3 players of note, really. So.
Oh, my God. Kirby Joseph had 9 interceptions. What are you talking about? 7, 8 interceptions. He led I think he led the NFL in interceptions. You're tripping. Nah, man. I think if the injury bug doesn't bite us, our rank is much higher than that. I think the fact that we had some type of continuity and with the coaching staff, the defense was able to play out of their minds and win us some games last year, even though we didn't have a personnel. That Carlton Davis loss is huge. I really liked him. I did. I really liked him a lot. Hopefully, thank you, man. Hopefully Reed can kind of step in and help us out a little bit. He's a little smaller. I like Carlton Davis, like size and just how he played. Like we can play man, with him. And you can with DJ Reed too, but he's just a little smaller. So we got 2 little cornerbacks on the outside, which I'm not that happy about. If you ask me, the top defense in our division is the Bears. They do. They had They had a good defense before everybody got hurt. The defense was good. You got to think about they got the pass rush.
Wow.
Because they got homeboy Jarrett from the Falcons. That's pressure from the middle. You got Sweat on the outside, and then the cornerbacks are good. Tyreek Stevenson is a knucklehead, but he good. You know what I'm saying? Gordon is good. Gordon's good. You know what I'm saying? If homeboy stays healthy, what's the safety name? That had the concussion last year that missed all those games.
Yeah, Jaquan Brisker. Yep.
Brisker. Because y'all had Simone Biles' husband in there getting barbecued last year.
We did. Jonathan Owens. Yes.
But they got the Bears. I don't even want to talk about the Lions. I'm rugged. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
I'm going to hit you, punch you in the face, and hurt myself. So I don't even know. You know what I'm saying?
So, yeah, with Dale, I can't even say
Jack
Dale.
Kemp,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like Jack Kemp, I like my defense. They remind me of like an old school defense, the way we play. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't have I never in my life trusted my defense since we lost Ndamukong Suh. So I just don't trust them. I don't.
But say, which old school defense do they play? Like the one that didn't play good, or the 0-16?
No.
Team?
They just we just play people straight up. It's really nothing too exotic. It's like either we rush the passer, we try at least. You know what I mean? We try to punish you when you get the ball. You know what I'm saying? It's not like we create all the Vikings. They got punch out people. They get a lot of picks. You know what I'm saying? Your team, the Bears, they get a lot of punch outs, picks. You know what I'm saying? The Packers, they got like the amount of pass rushes they have on their team. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
it's a solid defense. My team is like, we have to have momentum, and it's just scary. Like, I never feel comfortable when we on defense. Like, I just don't. A healthy Hutch does change everything. You ain't lying, yo. You ain't lying. And it seems so long since I last seen him play. So I think we lost him like week 6 or something. So it's like, I don't, it's been so long since I seen him play. I forgot what it was like. So hopefully I'll be a little bit more confident after the draft, maybe when I can kind of see like the full picture, since there's a possibility that we might not trade for Trey Hendrickson. So we'll see what the draft look like.
That would definitely throw.
No. If we get Trey Hendrickson, it's over.
It's over.
It's over. It's over. It's over. Super Bowl, baby. That's it.
You don't usually surprise me, and so you surprised me when you said the Bears. So let's go ahead and
Bears played us the best out of everybody in the division. Defensively, we averaged 31 points against the Vikings. You know what I'm saying? The Packers, we had 34 on them and 23-24 the first time. And it was like the first game was kind of like, I don't know. They played like an indoor team that game.
Yeah.
Like it's like we're the away team. They can't play in the rain. Like y'all play outside for a living. You know what I'm saying? They just didn't play right that game. But the Bears played us the toughest defensively. You know what I mean? They got real good defense. It's real good defense. They're gonna be tough this year. They're gonna be tough defensively. I don't know about offensively because I still don't know if Caleb could read a defense. I still don't know.
That's fair. All right, let's go ahead and start voting for the best defense of the division. And remember, you cannot vote for your own team. So I'm going to start with you, Dre. So within the division, which defense is the best in the NFC North?
I was saying Lions, but I think Seventh Letter gave a good case for the Bears. So, and this is obviously, albeit that they may get Hendrickson. So since they haven't got him yet, I am going to. I think I'll switch to the Bears at this point.
Love that. All right, Seventh Letter.
The Bears. I said it already.
The Bears. All right. I'm gonna go first before you do, Lane, because I don't want to sway the vote here. So maybe it's a tie here. We'll see. Best defense in the division. I'm gonna have to say the Vikings. So I'm gonna say the Vikings. And so now we got 2 for the Bears, 1 for the Vikings. Lane, go ahead.
I am also going to say the Vikings. When I was giving my pitch earlier, I gave the edge in the division to the Vikings, and the Vikings led the league. Well, they tied with Pittsburgh for the most turnovers last season too, and turnovers are a big deal. So I'm gonna go Vikings.
I will also say that was my pick since I can't pick my own.
So we got a tie there. Obviously, we've decided the NFC North offense, obviously, as the Lions, best NFC defense, tie between the Vikings and the Bears, and that surprises me. Obviously, I do like the Vikings over if I don't have to pick my team, but to me, when you build a championship team, defense is huge, and obviously the Bears have gotten to Super Bowls with great defenses. Obviously, we won one, and wasn't really with McMahon. It was with the greatest defense of all time in '85. And we got to another one, lost to the Colts. And if any other quarterback, we had any other quarterback other than Rex Grossman, we would have won that because that was another all-time defense as well.
Yeah, y'all couldn't stop the run that Super Bowl.
Yeah, exactly.
Y'all couldn't stop the run. Both of them, I think one of them had 100 and the other one had like 90. It was running that pill on y'all that day in that rain.
It was raining. I want to get back to the giant goofballs because I think he missed a fun conversation. Oh, look at this. RevTrev. Wow. Breaking the tie. So maybe we'll say Trev gets Bears over the Vikings. I love that. The Giants goofball saying the Vikings win the tie break. So let's going back and forth. All defense at least average or better. We don't count. We couldn't beat one and done Peyton Manning. Yeah. We should have beaten him.
Yeah, he didn't play the game either.
All right. So here, but Trev saying the Packers defense is for real as well. I am worried. What's that?
It could be.
I'm worried about Edgerrin Cooper. He's a stud.
Yeah, a stud. Green Bay was top 5 in total turnovers defensively last year too. So that's a big stat. But when you're still letting the other team score 40 points.
Yeah. Let's see, Janzi. I trust Vikings pass rushers more than the Bears. But we got Grady Jarrett, right? And worried about Edgerrin Cooper. No, I'm worried that he's going to be too good for us. Not as a bad thing, as a good thing for you Packers. And yes, you wanted him, Trev. Yes. So I want to go back. We were giant goofballs. The giant goofballs missed our thoughts on the Giants, our conversation on that. So we'll just kind of recap that. The question was earlier: is the NFC North the best division in football, or is it the NFC East? And when you look at it, we all said the NFC North was. Obviously, we've got the Giants really have nothing other than maybe one good player. You said 7th letter. So
what's the receiver name? What's the receiver?
Neighbors. Malik Neighbors.
That's it. They got Neighbors and Tracy. Tracy's pretty good too, but he's all right.
They got to stay healthy. All of them have to stay healthy, right?
Yeah.
So I think when you look at the division, it's the NFC North, NFC East. Everyone's a prisoner of the moment. At this time last year, what was the quarterback we were all talking about? That was going to be the second coming?
J.J. McCarthy?
No. This time last year.
Jaden Daniels.
No. We're talking about Jaden Daniels this year, but as far as the rookie quarterback that took the league by
CJ Stroud.
See how quickly we forget and how quickly the narrative changes. It's like, CJ Stroud. Oh my gosh.
Take away all the fun.
Yeah, they are doing anything to protect the man at this point.
Right. And so those things matter.
They traded the left tackle, right?
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah.
You know what? What worries
They
me?
picked up Ed Ingram, 2 Vikings offensive linemen now.
We couldn't
Ingram and what's his name? Cam Robinson.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I don't understand why the Commanders went after Debo. Oh, so yeah, that's going to be interesting.
What?
But yeah,
Why
he's
not?
solid. You got the Commanders and you got the Eagles, and the Eagles have gotten kind of progressively worse as well. They've losing players. I mean, so we'll see how that goes. I know seventh letter, you're not a fan of Jalen Hurts, so Brian Burns, yeah, he's good. Neighbors, Dexter Lawrence. So
that's it, yo. That's literally. Oh, and I like the cornerback they got from Maryland. I forget his name too. He's all right. He'll be good. Y'all just need to get more of a pass rush. Also, like the Giant defense is relatively good, but the offense 3 and out every time they get the ball. So the defense is tired and you end up running. Yeah, they got Dexter Lawrence got hurt for just being out there. You know what I'm saying? Like too much. You know, Dexter Lawrence is a beast. I would love to have Dexter Lawrence. I was scared as hell that the Vikings was going to get him last year. Banks all right. He'll be all right. It's just he can't be on the field for 75 plays. You know what I mean? 700 plays a game. He all right.
I just want to throw this up here. Obviously, we talked about and I threw up a little bit talking about the Vikings, I guess, too. But we discussed this episode, best NFC North offenses. We all agreed the Lions were the best in the division, and the Vikings and the Bears are tied. So when you look at the division, I mean, I get, off season, when it comes to predictions, everyone in the media is always going to be talking about the Packers. They're going to be talking about Packers are going to be like, oh, Jordan Love, if he has a good season, they're going to be good. The Packers are going to be a dark horse. So when you look at all of our teams, there's a case for all of our teams to be good this year. Now, we'll look at the schedules, coming up the next few weeks. It's going to be tough, but we all have shots to have successful seasons and maybe even playoffs. Is it possible for all 40 teams to get in the playoffs? I don't think so, right? Only 3 of us can.
I think technically they could, because one would win the division, and then there's 3 wild card spots. So
how crazy would that be?
It's very unlikely, but it could happen.
If the league sucks like it did last year, maybe. It was just last year was just a testament to coaching. Like that's all it was. Like it showed you how many bad coaches are in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? And all the bad coaches, even with pretty good rosters, the Bears are not a 5-win team, roster-wise, period. I don't care what they say. As bad as they look, they are not a 5-win team, but the coaching sucks. So it is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
It is. Well, this has been a fun episode. I definitely appreciate you guys coming on. Lots of great talk. Lane, where can we find you as we close out tonight?
Yeah, I see my name going across there, L Hankins 4. You can find me on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, as well as TikTok.
Now, do you do the dances and everything like that?
No, I throw it out there because I have some fun travel videos from when I used to do NFL stuff.
Always good stuff. And am I going to see you at the draft upcoming?
Still TBD. I'm thinking probably not, sadly, but it's still possible.
All right. Well, if so, we'll have to do some TikTok dances as well. So, Skull Man, where can we find you as we close out?
Yeah, you can hit me up on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, or Blue Sky or Facebook. It's at Skullman Sports.
So if the Vikings make the Super Bowl, I mean, are you going to do like a TikTok video, or what would you do if the Vikings made the Super Bowl?
TikTok is not on my phone, so definitely not.
Well, definitely like and subscribe there as well.
I also probably won't be in a good state of mind to conduct any type of video. I'll just say that.
That's probably the best. That's if the Bears make the Super Bowl this year. You know where I'll be. I'll be on Twitter. I'm going to be a keyboard warrior. You know that. And then you can find me then at NFL Outdated on Twitter X. You can find me on YouTube, NFL Outdated. You can also find us on Freezin #4 Pod on TikTok, and maybe some dances upcoming. We'll see. And seventh letter, and maybe even eventually the one-on-one basketball matchup between us as well. I'm sneaky good.
All
It's
right.
got good fundamentals.
I hear you, man. You know I'm 6'5", right? You ain't gonna
Yeah.
be able to get the ball
Oh, yeah,
off.
I got the I got the scoop and score, all that stuff. Oh
That's
yeah.
getting.
I got some little shimmies in the air and all that stuff. It's
Oh man,
it's exciting.
I'm gonna knock over a plant with the ball.
Tossing that shit. 7th letter 4, King of the North. On top of the NFC North is where you can find me. Everybody,
All good stuff.
I love you all, man. We had a good time, man. I am tired as hell, but always enjoy coming on the show, man. You know that.
Absolutely. Thanks again, everybody. Have a great night.
All right, man. Peace.
Have a good one, guys.